you've never seen the world. You've only seen your filter, every opinion, every emotion, every reaction. It's not based on reality. It's based on the lens you were trained to see through. A lens built from other people's fears, their beliefs, their wounds, and over time, their voices became your inner voice. Their limits became your boundaries. Their truth became your prison. You think you see things clearly, but clarity requires distance, and you've never stood far enough from your own mind to question it. You were born into a script, a set of inherited responses. You call it identity, but it's programming, predictable, automatic, pre-approved by the tribe. And the worst part, it feels safe. It feels like you, but it's not. It's the you they built, not the one you've met in silence. So ask yourself, when was the last time you questioned the way you question? Most people never do, because filters are invisible until they break. But what if you could break them on purpose? Not by escaping the world, but by rebuilding the lens through which you interpret it. Let's begin. You think you're thinking, but you're echoing the beliefs passed down from people who never questioned theirs, echoing the emotions modeled by those too broken to process their own, echoing habits you call personality, but were just adaptations to survive your childhood. You weren't born afraid of judgment. You weren't born afraid to take up space. You learned it. From correction, from rejection, from the look in someone's eyes that said, shrink. You didn't choose your lens. It was installed, quietly, by repetition, by culture, by silence. Your family had a filter. Maybe it said, don't trust outsiders, or work hard, souffrir quietly, or success means danger. Wealth means betrayal. You didn't believe these things. They believed you into it. And here's the trap. The longer you wear a filter, the more invisible it becomes. You think it's truth. You think it's you. But look closer. Why do you flinch at praise? Why do you downplay your wins? Why does peace feel boring? Why does stillness feel wrong? These are signs. The filter is active, and it's working against you. Example. A woman believes she's not leadership material. Why? Because her mother taught her that strong women are too much. Because her teachers praised her silence more than her courage. Now she avoids opportunities she's fully capable of. Not because she lacks skill, but because her lens is rigged for shrinking. Another man avoids conflict at all cost. Because when he was young, every disagreement ended in chaos. Now he confuses assertiveness with aggression. He calls his fear kindness, and the world walks over him while he tells himself he's noble. How many beliefs do you hold just to stay loyal to someone who broke you? How many thoughts are echoes, not truths? If the way you see yourself wasn't yours, to begin with, what else have you never truly chosen? Let's keep going. You don't fear being wrong. You fear being alone in your view. That's why your beliefs aren't yours. They're curated by algorithms, by tribes, by survival instincts dressed as social wisdom. You were taught to react fast, to speak quickly, to have a take on everything, because silence makes people uncomfortable. And in this system, discomfort equals punishment. So you formed your filters to be safe, not accurate, not honest, just agreeable. You think you're informed. You're just exposed to the loudest voices, the most viral ideas, the emotions that spread like fire, not because they're true, but because they're contagious. That's not free thought. That's viral programming. It's why outrage spreads faster than nuance, why people cancel before they ask, why the world rewards those who echo pain louder than they process it. And in the noise, you mistake urgency for truth. Here's the twist. Your filter doesn't just shape what you believe. It shapes what you're even able to see. A person smiles at you, but your filter says, they're mocking you. Now you react not to reality, but to your interpretation of it. A partner pulls away. Your filter says, you're unlovable. So you chase, or collapse, or explode. Not because of what they did, but because of the lens you couldn't step outside of. You're not reacting to life, you're reacting to meaning. Meaning that was installed before you could question it. Example: a man loses his job. His filter: I failed. I'm worthless. But another man, same situation, sees it as liberation. Same event. Différent. Different reality. So here's the truth. They don't want you to see. Reality isn't objective. It bends at the point of interpretation. And if someone else trained your lens, they trained your reality. That's not thinking. That's captivity. It's time to interrupt the loop. Not by rejecting everything, but by holding it up to the light. Keep going. We're not done yet. You've been living under a filter you didn't choose. Now you choose, not with rage, not with rebellion, but with precision. This isn't about positivity. It's about control. Strategic control over how meaning gets built inside your mind. Step 1. Audit the lens. Pick one belief that controls you. Like, I'm not good enough. I don't belong. Power is dangerous. Now ask, where did this come from? Who did I hear say this first? Who benefits if I keep believing it? Because here's the dark truth. Some filters aren't accidents. They're installed to keep you small. Predictable. Compliant. Step 2. Interrogate the emotion. Next time you react, pause. Before the story runs, before the spiral begins, ask, what lens am I seeing this through? Is this threat real, or is it memory pretending to be now? Example: someone criticizes you. Your filter says, they hate me. Pause. What if they're just projecting? What if it's not about you at all? Step 3. Replace with intention. You don't erase old filters. You override them, like upgrading the software. But this time you write the code. 3 filters to destroy the guilt filter. Makes you say yes when you mean no. Who taught you that your peace is selfish? The fear filter. Makes you stay small to feel safe. Who convinced you risk equals ruin? The loyalty filter. Makes you cling to pain because leaving it feels like betrayal. Who benefits from your silence? Once you name the filter, it starts to weaken. Once you choose the new one, you reclaim the frame. You become dangerous, because now you don't just see, you choose how to see. Let's go deeper. Power isn't loud. it's precise. And the highest precision is perception. Most people don't respond to facts. They respond to the story. Their filter tells them a raised eyebrow becomes rejection. A delay in reply becomes abandonment. A challenge becomes humiliation. They call it intuition. It's not. It's programming. But you've started interrupting the loop. You no longer react to the surface. You read the source. Example: someone gives you silence. Your old filter says, they're mad at me. But now, you pause. You read, maybe they're overwhelmed. Maybe they're manipulating. Maybe it's nothing at all. This is emotional control. Not by suppression, but by reconstruction. You train yourself to separate the event from the meaning. That's the gap where power lives. Try this. When something triggers you, ask, what's the raw data? Just facts. No story. She didn't respond. That's all. Everything else is fiction you've been taught to believe. This discipline rewires your nervous system. It teaches your body to pause so your mind can choose. And now, you're no longer predictable. People can't manipulate what they can't anticipate. You become unreadable, unshakable, uncontrolled. Because while they're still reacting to ghosts, you're scanning for patterns. You spot projections. You decode emotional traps. You move through conversations with surgical detachment. This is how leaders think, how strategists survive, how untouchables are made. You don't just change your mindset, you build a new interface for reality. Let's finish this. If someone else controls how you interpret reality, they control you. Not your actions, but your patterns, not your beliefs, but your blind spots, not your fate, but the lens through which you accept your fate. And that's where the trap begins. Not in what happens, but in how you were trained to see it. The greatest prison is not made of bars. It's built from assumptions, from meanings you never questioned, from emotions you inherited like hand-me-downs. But now you pause. You ask, you choose. Reality isn't fixed. It's filtered. And every day, every hour, every moment you have a chance to rebuild the filter, not to escape the world, but to reclaim your view of it. So start small. One thought, one reaction, one story you always told yourself. Rewrite it. Not with delusion, but with clarity, with strategy, with power. The future doesn't belong to the loudest voice. It belongs to the clearest lens. Own the lens. Own the world.